You're listening to the Rusted Robot Podcast, the #1 rated robot-related podcast in northeastern Ontario.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 166 of the Rusted Robot Podcast for today, Sunday, September 10th, 2017. I'm your host Sean, with Josh and Kitty.
My name is Optimus Prime.
Hello, I am C-3PO Human-Cyborg Relations.
I am Locutus of Borg. Resistance is futile.
You're like a machine underneath, right? But sort of alive outside?
I'm a cybernetic organism, living tissue over a metal endoskeleton.
You're not quite, human, are you?
No, sir. I'm an android.
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
Counterfeit, facsimile, replica.
We need some sort of robot. Ah, crap! I'm some sort of robot.
What are your prime directives?
Serve the public trust, protect the innocent, uphold the law.
By your command.
How's everybody today?
I'm not doing too bad at all.
Good to hear it. And you?
I'm okay.
Yeah, you're tired though.
I'm very tired.
You'll survive?
I will,
hopefully. You'll make it through an hour of this?
Yes, just 1 hour. Next podcast, I will never be here.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be good. All right, and everything's good here. I just had my birthday there last weekend. That's why there was no show.
Happy birthday, Sean.
Well, thank you.
Are you old now?
I'm 41.
Is that old?
It's not as old as I think it was when I was like 15.
Oh, okay.
So.
How old is old now? When you turn 41, how old do you think is old?
I don't know anymore.
People are now saying when people die at 60, 65, oh, he was so young.
Yes.
So, 66?
I was going to say 70.
I'd say in the 80s is old.
80s? 80s is old?
Yeah.
No.
Maybe it's because we're in our 30s, Josh.
60s are old.
I don't think I'll feel old when I'm 60, though.
You won't feel old, but you will be old.
Well, to the youngins.
And
I'm old now.
See, 60 means doubling it would be 120, which is twice... which is above the maximum lifespan of any human currently alive, which means you're more than halfway, which means you're old. You're in the old category.
Yeah, true enough.
I thought you were over the hill when you were like 50.
Well,
it changes depending on the cultural.
Yeah, because that all depends on your actual age for life expectancy in the region. Like 116, I think, is the oldest person alive right now. So
that's old. How about that's the new old?
No, that
116.
That's as old as anyone is.
That's the new old.
Yeah.
I've been wondering something.
Okay.
Okay, you know how when you're like 10, you think people who are 20 are old?
Yeah.
And how when you're like 20, you think people who are 30 are old?
Yeah.
What if it's just doubling?
Because 20 times 2 is not 30, it's 40.
Oh, I'm so bad at math today. Jeez.
You're tired. We mentioned this.
Yeah.
But yes. If it's doubling of your current life total makes you old.
Because you think 80 is old and you're 41.
Yeah.
But we're in our 30s and you think 60 is old.
I think 60 is old because 120 is about maximum for human life, and it is now, and 60 puts you into the second half of life. You are in the old category.
See, I've always been old, so everything's a weird illusion to me.
I gotcha. Well, I had a good birthday. I went out of town. That's why there was no show. I went to North Bay and visited my friend Gail, and I also visited my friend Frank. And Frank and I were going to do a third Drunken Kraken podcast, but we got too drunken and didn't do a Kraken, so there was no podcasting. But we did listen to some of the ones that he was on before, back in the classic Rusted Robot days. Was the dynamic ever different back then?
Yeah.
As compared to what it is now?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, different hosts will do that to you.
Yep.
Yeah, but anyway, I digress. Speaking of podcasting, this week, we were on a podcast.
We were.
On this past Tuesday, and it came out Thursday, we were on the Beer and Bullshit podcast.
We were.
That is a great podcast.
With Corey and Jason.
Yep. Had a great time.
We did. It was a 2-hour talk.
Yep.
Did you guys drink beer from the Full Beard Brewing?
No. The beer we had was from a brewery in Quebec,
where Brian Mulrooney's from, and it was called Walker.
Yeah.
It was light brown ale. It wasn't bad, actually, and we don't like beer.
Yeah, actually, I don't like beer either, but the beer that I had was from the Full Beard Brewing Company, and that was good.
But we had a good talk, and I shared it on the Rusted Robot Facebook page, so our listeners can listen to that and watch it. It's on YouTube as well.
No, it's a video podcast. So.
It is, and boy, is it ever flattering to be on camera, I'll tell you what.
Yeah. Bad shirt choice.
Yeah. And you were all fidgety, and I was bobbing up and down because I couldn't get comfortable in the chair.
The only recommendation I have for the beer and bullshit guys is better chairs, guys. Come on, better chairs. Bit sore in the butt when I got up at the end.
Yes, definitely. But we talked about podcasting. We talked about Star Trek. What else did we talk about? All kinds of stuff, right?
I want to talk some nerd stuff about how you guys got started before I came along, and
True.
How I'm the talent.
Yes. Yeah, that was a funny part of the thing.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. It's just you said it so deadpan.
That's Josh. Deadpan Josh.
Deadpan Josh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you'll have to listen to that. I've listened to about 40 minutes of it so far, and it was actually really good.
That
so
sounds
I suggest all our listeners go check it out.
Yeah,
if they want to know more about us.
I like the Beer and Bullshit podcast. If anybody wants to know what they look like, you'll have to watch it.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello, fellow skin suits. This is Angel and Ember. Deep down, do you have a secret passion for true crime, sarcasm, inappropriate jokes, but you still want to hear all those lovely details?
However, you still need a little bit of humor to get you through those dark moments?
Then come hang out with us over at the Color Me Dead podcast.
We try to balance both humor and facts perfectly.
We also go on some pretty extraordinary squirrel hunts.
We can be found on iTunes and all other podcast apps.
Come over to Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram and see us at Color Me Dead Podcast for the latest updates and gory chat. We release on Wednesdays because on Wednesdays we wear murder.
Don't forget to spay and neuter your pets
and stay out of chalk lines.
So, you know what's coming up? We're in September.
Yep.
It's almost October.
Yep, that means hunting season next week.
That means hunting season next week. But you know what happens in October? What happens at the end of October, Kitty?
Halloween! And also the Northern Ontario Expo, known as Timmins Comic-Con Halloween Bash!
That's right, October 28th at the Senator Hotel from 8 to 1.
Tickets still available.
Are we excited?
We're excited.
It's only $20 a ticket.
Only $20 a ticket.
It is so worth it.
It is so worth it.
I've never been to a dance like that ever in my whole life. Like, I've been to all of these ones, but like before them, there was nothing. And then there was light.
Yes.
Followed by darkness.
And Josh and I are both selling tickets because we're on the board.
So is Katie.
Yep, and you can also get tickets from us, or you can get it at Wicked Stuff or Elfie's. And there's another place in town that I've heard that you can get tickets at.
I hear it's at 229 Pine Street South in Timmins, Ontario. It's called Jump City.
What's that?
It's the greatest comic book shop on earth.
Really?
Yes.
It's the greatest.
Yeah, because we have Ark of the Great White North.
Who's that?
He's a great local superhero
from
Timmins. He's a lion man.
Right, because Davis Dewsbury works on that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Sharon Gauthier and Andrew Thomas.
Right.
Yep.
And Davis is also on the board of the NOE.
Yep.
Right, so you get tickets at your store.
Yes.
Awesome.
You can indeed.
That's cool. You know what happens with the NOE after Halloween?
What's that?
We're having a gala for New Year's Eve.
That's right, we are.
I really wish I could go.
Well, why can't you go?
Oh, because I don't have a tie.
What do you mean you don't have a tie? You can get a tie at wearedapperties.com.
What is that?
It's a website.
Let me check it out. wearedapperties.com. Wow, that's cool. I think they have a lot of great ties, but you know what? I don't want to pay for shipping online.
That's okay. You can enter the promo code RUSTED and get free shipping.
Seriously?
Seriously.
You're right, it's true. Wow, wearedapperties.com. Put in promo code RUSTED. Free shipping. A lot of great ties to select from.
Yep.
I think I can go to the NOE Bash for New Year's Eve.
Well, I'll see you there then.
That sounds awesome.
Are you going to get your tie from dapperties.com?
Wearedapperties.com.
We are dapperties.com.
Promo
Most
code
certainly
RUSTED. All right, so while I was in North Bay, Frank and I watched Hidden Figures.
Okay.
Have you heard of this movie?
I've watched it.
You have. I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, it was a good movie. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too. Not a typical movie that I would watch because, well, I'm more into explosions and aliens and stuff, but it had space themes. And
You know what it reminded me of?
No.
Apollo 13.
Okay, I can see that.
It's got that. They're both historical in the context, but
What is the plot?
It's about these computers and how they have to fight for equality.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
It was. The women were the computers. It was African American women in the 60s who were fighting for equality.
That sounds cool.
It's a great story. I was surprised, and it was very good. I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10 rivets.
Weren't all the first computers women?
Lots of them.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Part of our history that a lot of people don't know about, and it was very cool, and I suggest you watch it because you would love it.
I probably would love it.
I think so. What would you give it for rivets?
I think I did give it a score, and looking back, 8.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
It was good.
Solid movie.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Is it on the Netflix?
Yeah, that's where I watched it. Yep.
I enjoyed that.
Speaking of Netflix, on the last episode, we talked about Little Evil, which came out September 1st.
That looks great.
Have you guys seen it?
No, not yet.
I watched it last night.
A doomsday cult believes a child will rise up from hell to rule mankind and to bring on the end of the world as we know it. I think we found that child.
It's hilarious.
Yeah?
It's got a lot of stars in it. It's got Evangeline Lilly, that's Kate from Lost, or Elf from the Hobbit movie.
Okay.
That girl there. It had...
like Arwen?
No, the one from the Hobbit movies, not Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
I don't remember her name. But whatever.
That's the one from the other...
Anyway, she played Kate in Lost.
I gotcha.
It had... who else did it have? It had Tyler Labine in it. It had Sally Field in it. It had Clancy Brown. And it was a lot of fun. Not the greatest movie ever, but solid 7.
It's a movie?
It's a movie on Netflix. Yeah, I recommend.
All right.
I wanted to watch it. We're going to have to watch it.
You should. I also...
How many rivets did you give it?
7.
7?
Yeah, it's okay. It's a fun romp.
It's okay. 7 rivets.
No, it's fun.
Remember, Sean, rates high.
I know. I thought we were going to remedy that.
There's nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's okay. 7 rivets.
It's good.
Okay.
Like I would watch it.
5,
I would watch it with
rivets.
you guys again.
Oh, okay.
It's rewatchable.
Well, then
is what
it was really good then.
Yeah. So I also started on The Mist TV series.
And
I'm 5 of the 10 episodes in. I'm really enjoying it. It's not what I expected at all. It's got a lot of. It's got social commentary in it. It's swearing and violence and blood and stuff. And the effects are good. And yeah, it's keeping me interested.
Did you watch The Mist, like the original The Mist?
Yeah.
Like the movie?
Yeah.
I would not rewatch that, even though it was a really good movie, because it made me cry so much at the end.
Well, I haven't gotten to the end yet.
Okay. Well, the end of the movie was really upsetting.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed the movie. It's a really good movie. I'm not going to watch it ever again.
I understand that.
Yeah.
And
Too sad.
I assume something like that's going to happen in this, but there's a lot
So
of...
I'll just miss the last episode. I'll just watch all of it up until the end and be like, yeah, that was interesting. End of show, and I'll end it 1 episode early, just like I did with Voyager.
Ah.
Because somebody told me about the last episode of Voyager, so I've never seen it. It never happened for me. Voyager is excellent because I missed the last 2 episodes.
And you're never going to watch them.
I'm never going to watch them because I really like Voyager, and I don't want to ruin it the way that they did.
That's fair, I guess.
So I checked out The Tick.
Yes, how was that?
It was really good.
Yeah?
I enjoyed it a lot.
Good?
Good effects. You can tell when they're trying to be cheesy, which is like fun.
Yeah.
Tick's zany like he's supposed to be. Arthur's cowardly like he's supposed to be. I give it an 8. It's a good, solid show.
That good, eh?
Yeah. It's funny as heck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I burst out laughing a couple times.
Oh, nice.
Really?
Yeah.
That means it's good.
I'm really sad that I didn't get to watch it with you now.
8.5.
Wow.
Aww.
Excellent. I'll have The Tick.
The Tick.
How many episodes?
There's 6 out right now.
Okay.
Would you rewatch it?
I would rewatch it, yeah.
Oh, good. Because I haven't seen...
I have not seen it either.
I haven't seen TV in about a week. I miss TV.
Do you?
I do.
Mother, teacher, lover.
So kids are back to school.
Yes, they are.
What do you got? How's your kids been doing?
They actually are really enjoying school this year. Mina did not like school last year, but that was because, quote, she did not get to play enough. But this year she's really happy because she's in grade 1 now, and she can play in the same play area that Damien plays in. And apparently that changes the whole dynamic of school because she really missed being around her brother like all day. So now that they are both playing in the same play area, also a lot of her friends are older, so they all play together in the same area on the schoolyard, and she's enjoying it a lot more now.
Good.
Yeah.
That's
also,
important.
they've been giving her a lot of tracing homework, and she really likes doing numbers and letters. So, yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Got a tweet here from loyal listener Daniel Hitch.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. And he said he's caught up on all the Rusted Robot episodes and all the Soul Forge episodes. Gave me a nice shout out about the Soul Forge. Talked about the episode of Loss and appreciated my honesty and whatnot.
Yeah.
And you commented on that the other day.
It was really good, but really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hard to do.
Yeah. Julie and I both listened to it. Julie is probably your biggest fan.
Yeah?
Because she's listened to all of them. And every time they come out, she listens to them right away.
Well, I like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gonna have to make a Soul Forge t-shirt because she would wear it.
The Soul Forge.
That's a good idea.
Yep.
I could probably do that on Vistaprint.
Or you could get Sherry to do it.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, because it's local and cheaper and faster.
I like local, cheaper, and faster.
Yep.
Yes.
It is all of those things. And Sherry can be found at Jump City.
Yes.
Cherry Bomb Crafts, right?
Cherry Bomb Crafts. She can also be found on Facebook, and she ships.
She ships?
Yep.
Nice. All right, well, going back to Dan's tweet, he had a response to one of our hypotheticals.
Oh, sweet. Which one?
I'll tell you. Hey, Rusted, I know I'm a bit late to Josh's hypothetical creature fight, but would it be cheating to pick the Grim Reaper, the old one from the seventh seal? He destroys anyone by playing chess with them. His big nemesis in any world is a championship chess player. What do you think?
Would not be, because the Grim Reaper is a character that interacts with other people in folklore.
Mm-hmm.
So you can choose the folklore creature Death, but, as he points out, he does have a weakness. He can be challenged to games.
Right.
And while he's supposed to be unbeatable, lots of people in folklore beat him. Which means he may just be a boastful guy, like, I'm the best games player. Which means you beat him.
Well, what I want to know is, okay, it'd be super cool to be Death, and apparently super good at chess, and he can kill people because he's like Death and just takes their souls away and stuff. But does he have to still fight in combat, or does he always get to play chess?
Well, this is a mortal style combat.
Yeah. So is his weapon a chessboard is what I want to know?
No, his weapon's clearly a scythe.
Well, yeah, but can he use it, or because apparently chess is his greatest weapon. Does he whip the pieces at you? Are they part of his arsenal? Does he get to use both at the same time? Does he have death touch? Is that a thing?
Yeah, but there's also immortal creatures.
Yeah.
Who are immune to death's touch.
Yeah, but they're having immortal combat.
Immortal combat style combat was the thing.
Oh, so they just fight and nobody dies?
Well, no, see, there's immortal in that they do not die of old age, and there is immortal that does not die, period.
Oh, okay.
And we pushed out the things that cannot be killed in any way, shape, or form. Because, like, what was the point? Then everybody would pick that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the idea was, because ageless creatures are okay.
Okay.
But, you know.
So, like Highlander.
There can be only one.
Yeah.
They're ageless, but they can still be killed.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Does he get to whip chess pieces, though?
Sure.
Awesome.
So, thanks for that tweet, Dan. Appreciate it.
Yep, that's it. That's a good choice, actually.
Yeah.
Pretty strong character.
Mm-hmm.
Got a good advantage in that all he has to do is touch.
Yep.
Against any mortal creature. And then he's got a wick-ass blade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he can blind you with pawns.
There you go. Nice.
Ha-ha! Slice!
Yeah. Oh, boy. Yeah, so we definitely appreciate all our listeners. So thanks for the feedback. And I just wanted to thank Mike from the Gatecast podcast for always retweeting us. Yep. Definitely appreciate it. And did you know that I've been a lot on Facebook lately swapping promos with other podcasts?
I know.
Yes, so I'll be playing some of those throughout this episode.
Oh, sweet.
Because they're going to play ours, on theirs, and we'll play theirs on this one, and it'll be all fun. And the more exposure, the better.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I was looking through some of the media news that I usually look at throughout the week.
Anything interesting?
The director for Star Wars Episode 9 has been released because of differences of opinion.
Huh, that seems to be happening a lot with Star Wars lately.
Nobody can see this, but Josh was doing air quotations.
Released, yeah. Actually, since you brought that up, here's an article that I just found. His name was Colin Trevorrow. And it says, his firing from Star Wars is another reminder that no director will ever be bigger than the franchise. And he actually directed Jurassic World. So.
Oh, I really liked that.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're trying to be bigger than the franchise, that's a little... Because then they're probably trying to change things that they don't want changed because it'll make fans angry.
Apparently, he was insufferable as a director. It says here, the main theory for his firing is that he just did the Book of Henry, which was critically mauled, and it was commercially stillborn art house project, but that arrived as the June follow-up to his $1.6 billion grossing Jurassic World. Star Wars remains after 40 years, 8 films, and a combined $7.5 billion at the box office, arguably moviedom's most valuable intellectual property, and Henry's crepuscular reception exposed glaring liabilities in the director's ability to make the jump to lightspeed. That's what they're saying.
Here's the problem with that. Like, he made an artsy movie.
Mm-hmm.
Artsy movies don't do well, and it could have been any number of things that caused it to crash and burn.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
No,
I don't care to.
Me neither.
My bigger concern is Jurassic World.
What about it? What's your concern?
It wasn't good.
I loved it.
No. They simply redid Jurassic Park, but bigger.
Yeah.
No, they did that. It's called Jurassic Park. We didn't need more, and Jurassic Park was a better film.
You always need more Jurassic Park. Always. It could be a television show, and I would be happy.
I just don't care about it.
Julie and I just like watching dinosaurs running around and eating people, and then people who are supposed to be smart dying.
Anyways.
That's what I like.
So, his film was okay, whatever, artsy film.
The Book of Henry, I think they said.
Yeah. But how he handled Jurassic World, and he was probably going up against the studio a lot in creative.
That's what it said in the article. His ego was too big.
So, wow, that's secondhand. All we know from the studio's official position is differences.
Creative differences. Yeah, of course. That's the... Yeah.
But, this tells me...
What?
That Disney isn't playing light with their product.
No.
They want good quality control. And if the guy's not performing up to standards, you get rid of him and you bring in somebody that can fix it.
You gotta go.
They did that
with Ron Howard.
With
that
one of those two guys.
The Han Solo one.
Yeah.
The Phil Lord and the other guy there.
Yeah.
Or Phil and Lord. I don't even remember what their names were. But.
Yeah, Disney does a really good job because they want to please their fans. They want to stay on top.
Mm-hmm.
And they're really good at it.
The people are saying, oh, does this bode the end of Star Wars? No, it doesn't. Go away. They got rid of them because they weren't performing up to standards.
Exactly.
Not because Disney doesn't know what it's doing. Like
Disney has always known what it's doing.
Yeah.
They've thrown out so many movies that probably would have been okay because they would have only just been okay. Like just recently I read a whole article about a bunch of children's movies that Disney had planned and then they just never got made.
Oh.
They sounded like they would have been all right, but they weren't on the same level as all the other ones, so they just scrapped them.
Makes
so
sense.
they're just sitting in the warehouse somewhere in case anybody wants to pick up the plot and make it better, which would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
But they also just come up with brand new ones sometimes.
Well, sure.
They wind up much better.
That happens often.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love you, Disney. Keep doing what you're doing.
So you remember episode 13 of the Rusted Robot podcast where I interviewed science fiction author Robert J. Sawyer?
Nope.
Hi, my name's Robert J. Sawyer. I'm an award-winning science fiction writer, and you're listening to the Rusted Robot podcast. Don't forget to follow them on Twitter.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I did.
No, I remember that it had happened. I don't remember what happened in it.
Me neither. That was like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's on my Facebook, and he shared an obituary link to famous sci-fi author Jerry Pournelle, who passed away yesterday.
Oh, no.
Yes. So Jerry Eugene Pournelle was born August 7th, 1933, and he passed away September 8th, 2017. September 8th, of course. Happy Star Trek Day. 51 years young. But he was an American science fiction writer, essayist, and journalist who contributed for many years to the computer magazine Byte in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s. He was famous for a lot of reasons, and he contributed a lot in the 70s with your favorite author, Larry Niven.
He's a good guy. I like Larry Niven.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he's done a lot of work. His work always engaged strong military themes, and several books were centered on a fictional mercenary infantry force known as Falkenberg's Legion. And there's strong parallels between these stories and the Child Cycle mercenary stories by Gordon R. Dixon, as well as Heinlein's Starship Troopers. So I've read some of his books, not all of them, of course, but I think he was in the ranks of Heinlein and Arthur C. Clarke and Asimov and that kind of thing. He's pretty famous.
Yeah.
Sad passing for another famous sci-fi guy.
That is sad.
Mm-hmm. But you know what's exciting?
What?
You know what comes out tonight?
No.
The Orville from Seth MacFarlane.
Oh, that looks like it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
The cross between Star Trek The Next Generation and Galaxy Quest is what it looks like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It looks more Galaxy Quest.
It does.
Because, like, Galaxy Quest was already kind of Star Trek-like.
Are you going to watch it? Are you excited?
I'm going to watch it.
I'm going to watch it.
Yeah?
I might be a little bit late to watch it, because we have an important barbecue birthday to go to.
You do?
We do.
Well, that happened on Saturday.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Right. We're in the magic of time travel right now, because this comes out on the Sunday,
Yeah.
but we're recording on the Saturday.
We have Dungeons and Dragons tomorrow night, though.
Oh.
It's also important.
Yeah, you can't miss your Dungeons and Dragons.
If I miss it, then I have no social interaction with human people that, like,
doesn't belong
care
to...
about me other than just as a comic book provider.
Right, exactly. The store stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people do like me for that reason, but I like when they also care about my life and how I am as a human person.
Oh, well, yeah.
Because I pretend to be one of those most of the time.
How does that work out for you?
Not great.
No?
It's hard being a lizard lady in a human world.
It's 'cause that's why you're always cold, right?
That is why I'm always cold.
That makes a
cold,
lot of sense.
Scaly hands, the tongue thing.
Josh, you're a lucky man. For listeners new to the Rusted Robot podcast, Josh and Kitty are married.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
No? You're not married?
She comes in from the outside and just touches you, and then all your body heat goes away.
It leeches you in seconds.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No,
It's not very nice.
you were the kindest
Do you know
human
what-
person alive for sharing your heat with me.
Do you know what is warmer? The cold hand of death.
Oh.
My hands are not that
Yeah,
cold.
you've touched my arm when you've been cold, and yeah.
That was just to get your attention.
Oh, it got it all
I wasn't
right.
even stealing your heat that time.
Oh, it stole it and practically killed me, but...
I have felt her hands, the cold from her hands, through my winter jacket.
I believe it.
Yeah, everybody does.
We were inside at the time.
Yep.
That's scary.
No, everybody loves their alien lizard lady comic book provider.
They do. They do. Hey, and you guys are coming to the barbecue tonight.
We are. Yes, it's going to be great.
Should be fun.
I gotta bring my own chair.
I'm glad you had to tell the listeners about bringing your own chair.
Yeah.
I have 5 or 6.
Yeah.
But it's,
I don't want to steal the chair of somebody else who might not have a chair, though.
Well, if you get there first, then it's your chair.
Yeah.
First come, first serve, right?
Yeah, but I got one of those carry around package chairs.
Ah,
Yeah. So I'm just going to bring that.
a chair in a bag.
Yeah, it's a chair in a bag.
I have a cot. Should I bring that?
Yes!
Yes, that's a good idea.
Just lie down wherever you go.
One of
That
those
sounds
wind bag
awesome.
cuts? Or...
So I bought it for hunting.
Oh, that one that you showed me.
Yeah.
Right, in the big round package.
Yep.
That you fit on like a pack sack.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, you should test it out before you go camping next week.
Yeah,
Hunting.
you don't want to climb into it and then have it, like, furl up on you.
No, I tested it with the children.
I can't get out, I can't get out.
It's rated for 300 pounds. I'm not that big.
No. But, like, if you clicked it together wrong, and then you lie down on it, and then just floop, like a fruit roll-up. It'd be great.
That would be great.
Musing While Boozing, because the best thinking happens while drinking. Hot topics over cold drinks.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Carl.
Do you like to laugh?
And do you love to drink?
Check out musingwhileboozing.com.
We can be found on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play. Musing While Boozing, where the next round is always on us.
So, how do we think the Orville is going to perform? It's on Fox, so
it's going to be fantastic because Fox does sci-fi really well.
Yes,
they make great sci-fi shows, and then they cancel it after one season.
Yeah.
Before even the season's over.
Yeah.
Usually because they
So that's
show
what's
it
gonna
out of order.
Like Firefly and Almost Human.
Yeah.
Among others.
Yeah. But they show them all out of order,
All
which
out
is
of
why
order.
they don't get the fan base that
Right.
they need to keep it going in the first place.
So that's what's going to happen. We're going to see one episode before the one season before the end of the season. They're going to cancel it.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If history is any predictor of the future.
Let's hope it's not.
Maybe it's not. Maybe they'll hear this podcast and they'll not do that. Maybe they'll be like, hey, maybe we should produce them in order that they're supposed to be produced.
Yes.
Is that hoping for too much?
No, because if our listeners go to the Facebook page or to the website, therustedrobot.podbean.com, and share the links to Fox's page, and Fox picks up on this podcast, then maybe they'll take that into consideration. What do you think? Do you think the Rusted Robot podcast can influence Fox to keep the Orville on the air?
That would be
Probably
cool.
not.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
You don't think we have enough listeners?
The listeners, that doesn't matter because look how many.
The listeners matter.
The listeners matter to us.
To us, yes, but not to Fox.
Not to Fox. Fox has canceled shows that had great ratings.
Yeah.
Because they didn't really feel it,
Mm-hmm.
and they just canceled it.
Yeah.
So I don't think our yelling and screaming and telling them please God, please no, keep it, is going to help.
But our listeners, if they do share the links anywhere, it's definitely appreciated.
It is,
and it can't hurt.
I appreciate the listeners. I am not a Fox executive.
You're not.
I am not.
Oh.
Why not?
Yeah.
Because I have a soul.
Ah, pesky thing.
Yes, it gets in the way. But yeah, I don't think we'll be able to affect it.
Hi, this is Admiral Adama, Battlestar Galactica, saying you're listening to the Rusted Robot Podcast. Think about it.
But, they can always give us the rights.
Ooh.
That'd be cool.
If they don't want it, they can just give it to us.
We could use it.
Yep. And we can do something with it.
I'm sure we can. We'll make some more episodes at the Rusted Robot Studios.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. With our meager budget.
Yep. Gotta get a studio.
Yeah, but then merchandising, man. Merchandising.
That's what it's all about. Just ask George Lucas.
Yep.
He knows his stuff.
Sweetest plum.
Yes. Correct. All right. And speaking of sci-fi shows, in 2 weeks, on the 24th, apparently there's a little show that I've heard about called Star Trek Discovery that's supposed to premiere. Have you heard about it?
I don't believe it.
No?
It's going to be delayed.
I don't think...
It's going to be delayed.
I don't think they would ever delay Star Trek.
Oh, no.
That would never happen.
Yeah, it's going to be delayed.
No. Do you think that would happen?
Something's going to come up, and they're going to delay it.
Well, I just can't see them releasing it just 2 weeks from now.
2 weeks!
September's too early.
September 24th.
Yeah.
Well, the original series came out September 8th, 1966.
I know, but they just keep pushing it back.
I believe the animated series came out in September, and so did Star Trek The Next Generation on the 22nd or the 28th of 1987.
How long did they push this back for, though?
Oh, it was supposed to come out in January. And then it was supposed to come out in May.
In January, and then May.
And now it's supposed to come out in September.
Okay, well, it might happen.
2 weeks.
Looking forward to watching it, the first airing in November.
In 2 weeks.
2 weeks!
No. Something's going to happen. Also, I don't know. I'm disappointed in it.
You haven't even seen it. You can't be disappointed.
No. Not. Let me finish my sentence and tell me how I'm disappointed.
Finish your sentence, Josh. Right. Tell me how you're disappointed.
My people were biologically determined for one purpose alone, to sense the coming of death. I sense it coming now.
I'm disappointed because I don't think CBS All Access is going to hold enough people's eyes to justify keeping the show on.
But it's on Netflix in 180 countries.
Yes. 2 problems with that. One, we're not one of them.
We're supposed to get it on the Space Channel.
Captain, where are we going? We have no map, and you can't set a course without a star.
That assumes we have cable.
I have cable.
Do you?
Yeah.
Huh.
Cool.
You're like one of the only people I know who still has cable.
I know. I've been thinking about cutting the cord, actually.
The other thing is, because it's on CBS All Access, they're going to be like, well, viewership wasn't that high domestically, so we're not getting great ratings. Okay, we're going to cancel the show.
But I've heard it's already profitable on the Netflixes from the 180 countries, so they're already scheduled to have a season 2.
That's not really surprising. Star Trek does have a huge fan base all the way across the world.
I'm concerned about this push to everybody having a proprietary delivery service.
It is kind of annoying.
Because, like, Disney's starting their own, and they're pulling all their stuff off of Netflix.
Yeah, that
really?
sucks.
Yeah. I hadn't heard that.
You hadn't heard that?
No.
Oh, yeah. They're planning to pull all Star Wars and Disney products, Marvel and the classic stuff. All of it's coming off of Netflix. Going on to their own thing, I think in 2018 or 2019.
This is just like the Vault all over again. It's just, like, I really like Disney's stuff that they do, but I don't like how they release things. Like, the Disney Vault was the worst idea ever. I know that it keeps all of their products insanely expensive all the time, but it's just not fair. Nobody makes that kind of money anymore.
Tell us how you really feel.
Well, most people, both adult persons, have to work now all the time, and then, like, they make enough to, like, live in an apartment, and most of us still have to take the bus if we have to go anywhere, unless we're lucky enough to have a friend who can drive us. But, like, we don't have money to waste on entertainment. So, like, we go to Netflix, because Netflix has good prices and stuff, and we're not going to dole out money for Disney's special Netflix.
That's right, and that's why my Amazon list has 1 million items on it, because nothing's on sale ever. Yeah. And I'd like to have these movies in my collection, but it's too expensive.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. To get everything, you need Amazon, you need Netflix,
Hulu,
you'd need CBS All Access, you need to have this new Disney coming out, HBO Go. What else is there? Crackle, because that's got some of the Canadian exclusive stuff.
Okay.
So if we're already going at $10 a month per product, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, $70 a month plus your basic internet. You're already paying more than cable.
Yeah.
Which is insane. And nobody has, like, the money for that kind of stuff. So, like, as much as I enjoy watching television, I haven't even seen TV in like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Mostly I'm just like catching up on stuff for business, and then I've been painting and playing D&D. And if I had time, I would read.
What are you painting?
Just crap.
Like walls or like art?
Like art.
Huh?
It's not very good though.
She's not happy with it. I'm happy with it, but
no. Oh.
Yeah.
She's the critical artist who never likes her own work.
No, sometimes I like it.
Are you a tortured artist? Are you having an existential crisis?
Maybe.
You should listen to the Soulforge podcast. We talk about things like that.
I have. I've listened to all of it.
Oh, well, see?
Yeah.
You should be cured.
Yeah, well, I've heard every episode. But it's hard to cure artist things. Artists are all crazy.
I should have you on an episode.
Oh, dear.
We could talk about your existential crises.
I don't know if I have any words for it, though. That's why artists do art.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It'd have to be a visual podcast.
All right. So Star Trek Discovery in 2 weeks. I'm excited.
That sounds great.
And the Orville tonight. That's awesome.
Yeah, the Orville does sound good.
Hey, guess what?
What?
We got an email.
Get what we got, Mr. Roboto. It's another email. Is it from Sparky and Guns?
How did you know?
Because they're one of our favorites.
They are one of our favorites.
Loyal followers.
Yes, they are.
This is Sparky.
And Guns.
And you're listening to the Rusted Robot Podcast.
That's 2 communications from the fans this week.
Yes. Actually, yes. And I did get an email from the Who Would Win cast as well.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Because, like I said, I was on Facebook interacting with people on the podcasting groups, and they were talking about promos and stuff, so I sent the Rusted Robot link to them. And they also had fan suggestions, and they do like a battle cast.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I suggested that they pit R2-D2 against Wall-E, and that episode recently came out, and it was pretty good.
R2-D2 wins.
Well, you'll have to listen to the episode.
No, R2-D2 wins.
Okay.
Hands down.
All right.
Do you mean because he's the leader of the Rebel Alliance?
Let's ignore the fan theories and just go with the fact that R2-D2 stands about 4 times the height and has a bunch of tools for repairing the starships. Wall-E can bring things into his chest and crush them, and he stands about 1.5 feet tall.
Yeah, but he's got an iron will and a heart of gold.
R2-D2 has an iron will and a heart of gold.
All right. So I've got a written promo.
Plus a plasma cutter.
Yes, a plasma cutter.
Wally's really cute and can get humans to do what he wants because he's really cute.
R2-D2 runs in a rebellion.
But I've got a promo from the Who Would Win cast.
Okay.
So I'm just going to read it because they didn't actually have one recorded. So they write, ever wonder what would happen when your favorite movie, TV, and video game characters faced off? Well, the Who Would Win cast has you covered. Listen as hosts Steve and Chris analyze the various abilities, skills, tactics, and minutiae of your favorite individuals. With over 50 episodes and matchups including which Game of Thrones character would win a season of Survivor, Lucky the Leprechaun versus Captain Crunch, Jason Bourne versus The Accountant, and many, many more. The show welcomes fan suggestions for new episodes and can be found wherever you get your podcasts. The Who Would Win cast, the podcast that analyzes fictional fights between familiar faces. Find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Start listening today and become a Who Would Winner.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm going to start listening to them. That sounds good.
Yeah, I listened.
They sound great.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to listen to them and see how much I agree with whom.
There you go. There you go. They gave me a shout out even. Because, yeah, so not the podcast on that episode, just me because I was interacting. But I've sent them promo, and they're going to play it, or they've played it. And
Hi, this is Admiral Adama.
My name's Robert J. Sawyer.
This is Cena Grace.
Hey, this is Stephen Amell. Hey, this is Dr. Trek, Larry Nemechek.
I'm hanging with Sean and Bridget. They're telling all about general geekery.
And you are listening to the Rusted
Robot
Podcast.
The #1 rated robot-related podcast
in Northern Ontario.
You should be following them on Twitter.
Keep listening.
Don't forget to follow them on Twitter.
Subscribe on iTunes.
TheRustedRobot.podbean.com.
The Rusted Robot Podcast. Think about it.
Rusted Robot.
we're playing promos today. It's a promo day. But back to Sparky and Guns. Team Rocket loves pumpkin spice and Frodo's a Batman is the title of this episode.
That's great.
All right. Hello again, Mel-treated Mousers. What a whirlwind couple of weeks. Between the two of us, we started working on a homebrew particle accelerator, came so close to finally figuring out what's killing all the bees, and nearly found out if eggs are actually good for you or not. But then we realized, wow, it's podcast email time, and got to the real important work. All right, rapid fire time. Answer the question, no thinking, no explaining, just pure truth. Guns asks, what's your favorite DC hero?
Flash.
Wonder Woman.
Batman. Sparky asks, Team Rocket, Jesse or James?
Jesse.
James.
James. Guns asks, baseball bat versus knife?
Bat.
Knife.
Bat. Sparky says, what's your favorite season?
Summer? Like, that kind of season?
Not rabbit season. Yeah, season.
Fall.
Fall as well, yeah.
Fall?
Yeah, because it's just perfect temperature.
Hunting.
But summer is summer.
Summer's too hot. Summer's too hot. Gun says, what's your favorite member of the Fellowship of the Ring?
None.
Sam.
Aragorn. And Sparky says, pumpkin spice, yay or nay?
Yay!
Yeah.
I don't care either way.
You don't care?
No, I don't. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't even know if I had any.
The spice is the worm.
The worm is the spice.
He who controls the spice controls the white girls.
I saw that meme today, actually. I think Julie shared it, didn't she?
Yeah, Julie shared it.
Yeah. All right. Email goes on. Phew, that was intense. There are no wrong answers unless you pick knife. Then have fun losing that fight, Katie.
Ah! Ah!
Keep it rusty, crew.
Not if you can throw the knife.
Thanks for the week, and we will leave you with this. Prepare for trouble, make it double. To protect the world from devastation.
To unite all peoples within our nation.
Yeah.
To denounce the evils of truth and love.
Uh-huh.
To extend our reach to the stars above.
Sparky, Guns, Team Rusted, blast off at the speed of light. Subscribe to the podcast now or prepare to fight. Meow. That's right.
That's great.
I like how you finished half of that without even seeing that.
Well, it's because I know Pokemon.
You do know Pokemon.
I love Team Rocket so much. And I love James.
I don't understand the question.
Oh, okay. James is the blue-haired one?
From what?
From Pokemon.
From Team Rocket, from Pokemon.
Okay. I didn't know
From
that.
the TV show.
No idea.
It's because you're 41.
Yeah.
Okay, so in it, James actually, as a child, was an aristocrat, and he was rich. But he ran away from his life because he wanted to be a true Pokemon master, and he believes that the way to do that is to win the hearts of the Pokemon. But for some reason, he's part of Team Rocket, even though he's actually very sweet and would be innocent, except that he's always committing crimes and robbing people. Yeah. And then Jessie used to be so poor that her family used to feed her snow in hard times, and they used to pretend that it was real food, and she could imagine that it was like a delicious 4-course meal, but it was all snow and ice. But she has a really good imagination. But she's also really, like, a little bit mean, and she's got a fiery spirit. She's ready to take on anyone at any time. And James is very sweet, and he doesn't force people to do what he wants. And he's gained all of his Pokemon by asking him if they wanted to come along with him, which is why he's actually the best Pokemon trainer in the whole Pokemon universe. Because he asks them all, hey, do you want to come along and be my friend? And they're like, yes, I do. But they answer with whatever Pokemon name that they have, which we assume is yes. But Jessie just puts them in a ball, like everybody else.
So I made the right choice in picking James.
Yes.
Nice.
In my opinion, yes.
James is a pampered child.
He's also a little dumb, but he's very sweet.
Jessie has grit.
And this is a TV show?
Yes.
Okay.
She has grit. She brought herself up out of poverty.
She pulled herself up by her bootstraps.
Yeah.
All right.
She's got grit. She's got determination. Nothing can hold her down for long.
She could survive for months on only snow. That's really
so
sad.
it's a tough choice then.
Yep.
All right. Well, I had no idea.
You should have answered Meowth, though.
Oh, Meowth is great. Meowth taught himself to be more human-like to attract a female Meowth. It didn't work out well, but now he can walk like a human and talk like a human, and he's the only Pokemon that can.
Well, having never seen the show, I had no idea those were options as well.
Oh, well, yeah. And then there's also Wobbuffet.
Okay.
He can always free himself from his Pokeball,
Ah.
which most other Pokemon cannot do.
Very cool. Now I know.
Yeah.
And I still won't watch the show, but I appreciate the fact that you guys do.
Yeah, we watched it all. It was great.
Sounds great.
And we got the kids to watch it, too.
Ooh, nice.
What are you guys doing?
Huh?
What are you guys doing?
Listening to static!
What?
Listening to static!
Kate, what?
Didn't you know all the cool kids are doing it?
Hey guys, guess what? I found something even cooler than static.
cooler than static?
Nothing's cooler than static.
Yep, it's the Rusted Robot Podcast. So cool, it's better than static.
The Rusted Robot Podcast. It's better than static. Search The Rusted Robot in a podcast store near you.
No robots were harmed in the making of this commercial. No substitutions. Results may vary.
Rusted Robot.
All right, well, thanks for that email, Sparky and Guns, and our lively discussion that ensued because of it. Is there any new comic book news?
October 4th, there is a Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn meet Betty and Veronica coming out.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, I cannot say very much about it. I don't know how many copies we are going to have extra, because comics need to be ordered 2 months ahead of time if you want to make sure that you're the ones who get them.
Right.
But we also have Halloween Comic Fest coming out,
Mm-hmm.
which is where on Halloween Day, participating comic book realtors hand out comic books
And candy?
from a selected few, and candy, to both children and adult people.
And this is happening at your store because you're participating.
We are one of the participating realtors.
What's that address again?
229 Pine Street South, Timmins, Ontario, Canada.
I'm in Canada.
I am in Canada.
In fact, I'm in Timmins.
That's good. You should shop there.
I do, actually. Yes, I picked up comics the other day.
And I know that because I am an attentive worker.
You are. You are a very attentive worker, and I appreciate your attentiveness.
Yeah.
Or
That's why I took your money the last time you were in the store.
That would make sense.
And provided you with a comic book in exchange.
That is fair service. That's fair trade. I like that. That's good.
Yeah. It's a really fun thing. We promote people to come by wearing their costumes, and hopefully we can get Groot to show up. That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know how long he would be able to be there, but he said he would make it if he could.
That's Sparky or Guns.
Yeah.
One of them.
Yeah. It's a secret.
Yeah. That's why we don't talk about it here. Yeah. So, October 31st, Jump City Comic Books, the home of the Rusted Robot Podcast.
Yep.
Awesome. Josh.
Yes.
Do you have any hypotheticals this week?
I do, because I am super jazzed because I'm going out hunting starting next week.
Okay.
We may or may not have a podcast next week.
Oh, we'll have a podcast next week. Even if it's a Lonely Sean episode.
I don't do a Lonely Sean.
Okay. If you want a Lonely Sean episode, listen to the Soul Forge podcast.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
They're actually really good, though. They're
Yeah,
not
they-
like Lonely Sean
no.
episodes of Rusted Robot.
No, because they're like a third of the length, and they're more.
They're
compact.
different.
Yeah, they're different.
Yeah, that's fine.
Maybe it's because you don't drink.
Maybe.
Anyways, it got me thinking about, what TV creature would you go out hunting for? Because, there's lots of TV monsters and creatures, and dinosaur hunting is a common trope. So I'm like, what would you go hunting for? All of TV.
Okay.
Cartoons, all of it.
Huh. I saw a Donald Trump on TV once. Can I go hunt for that? Bullets are cheap. Can I do that? Can I hunt for him?
Hold on a second. Legal counsel is advising me to say, no, you cannot.
But I saw him on TV, and you said.
Legal counsel is advising me to say, no, you cannot go hunt a Donald Trump.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, no hunting of people.
Oh.
Fiction.
Fictional. Well, he's...
Sci-fi fantasy.
He's pretty unbelievable. That's kind of fiction.
The mythical orange hide of the dreaded beast.
But what mythical creature would we go hunt for?
What TV creature would you go hunting for?
Okay.
And would you be going for sustenance?
Or
to convert it into gold, if you're hunting Smurfs? Or to for the prize of hunting a terrible creature? Would you be a trophy hunter, sustenance hunter, or alchemical hunter? I don't know.
Ooh.
I know it sounds really weird, because it is not really in my nature, and I'm more of a sustenance hunter. But if I'm hunting like a mythical beast, I would be a trophy hunter.
Okay.
And I would go after the jackalope.
The jackalope?
Yes, because they are the most wily of all creatures, and if I had one, people would know
Fast as
that
fast as you can never catch me?
Yes, that's the one! He would go down, or maybe he wouldn't. Maybe I would wind up on his wall. Who can say? Just because they're so smart! They're so smart, and they're so tricky, and they're so fast! With their little skateboards and their Hawaiian shirts.
Well, I wouldn't be a trophy hunter because trophy hunters are evil, and I don't believe in them. Well, they are.
Well,
they're bad.
They're real,
they're
though.
not.
Yeah, bad news.
Actually, no, it turns out that they're not. A lot of trophy hunters, they pay money to the wildlife reservations, and then they take out problem animals that keep attacking
that's
other
okay.
ones. Yeah.
But the bad trophy hunters are just like poachers.
Oh, well, those are
poachers
poachers. Poachers
are bad.
Mm-hmm.
But trophy
hunting
hunters
can help because they pay exorbitant amounts to go trophy hunting.
Well, as long as they're not hunting endangered animals, it's okay.
They are hunting endangered.
Well, see, that's bad.
Well, see, no. Part of the thing is that they're going after problem animals that the wildlife reservations say is okay to hunt, because you need a specific tag in order to hunt them, and trophy hunters often go through the specific way that they're supposed to go.
Well, as long as it's all legal and the reserve says it's okay, but if they're just going out there and like being a poacher or a bad guy
That's a
hunting,
poacher.
yeah, see,
But we're not talking about poachers. We're talking about
trophy hunters. But yeah, it's
There's
actually
okay.
not as bad as you'd think it is. There's a Cracked podcast about it where they explain it all. A lot of the time, the money that comes in, because they pay like a crazy amount of money to be able to hunt these animals, and it helps the people that live in the area. There's like a specific guide who takes them to the area where the problem animal that can be found, and then they point them out. There's the people that run the farms in the nearby area. They wind up being paid a portion of the money to provide space for those endangered animals to live on their property, even though they usually tear apart all of their crops, but they're being paid this exorbitant amount, so they don't have to worry about the animals tearing apart their crops, and they don't really care so much, and they don't take out the problem animals themselves, because now they're being paid so much more money to keep those animals alive and on their property, so they don't mind, and they want them to breed. So it's actually really good, because then they get like rhinos to breed on their property and to be safe on their property, instead of shooing them away for eating their meager
and then the
scraps
local
of food.
people who are doing better because of the incoming money from the hunting, they're doing better, which means they see the animals as a income source, which means they turn against poachers.
Okay.
So it's like, hey, you can't come on my land. That's for the rich white guy to come and shoot so that I can get paid lots of money. So they force the poachers away.
Okay, well, poachers are super bad, and
poachers are bad.
I would hunt them.
I'm saying you have again.
You can't kill people, Sean.
Right.
Legal counsel is advising me not to let you kill people.
Oh, damn it!
But I'm saying you got a license. You're doing everything perfectly legally.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing things in the right way that is under wildlife management.
Well, that's fine.
Okay. Now, what would you hunt from fiction?
Okay.
On television or movies?
I would maybe pick either the Pokeroo from the Polka Dot Door.
What? What?
Or
He's a sentient, sweet creature.
I didn't say non-sentient.
Or I would pick
MT. Hunt sentient creatures.
You're hunting the jackalope, fast as can be.
Oh yeah, he's sentient.
Or MT Promises from the late 70s, early 80s children's television show, The Great Space Coaster.
What's he called?
MT Promises.
Why would you hunt him?
He was evil. He was bad.
Oh.
He was a great big puppet guy.
A great big
I am
puppet.
completely unfamiliar with this show.
I know. It's the Great Space Coaster.
I don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
Well, Frank and I were talking about it back in North Bay, because I remembered the guy's name. He was like a 6 foot tall purple Muppet type thing, and he was the bad guy with the top hat. He was MT Promises were his initials. Empty Promises, and he was always doing bad things on the Great Space Coaster show.
That's hilarious.
It was people who I don't even remember. It's so long ago, but it was one of the staples of my childhood.
What kind of mythological beast would you hunt? And what
I have
kind
the
of
right
hunter would
answer,
you
but
be?
I'm not going to say it until we get some responses to our question.
You have the right answer?
He's always got the right answer,
Yeah,
remember?
this is the right answer.
My answer's not the wrong answer.
No, yours is a good answer, but I have the right answer.
So
See, I also totally expect that I would wind up on the wall of the jackalope.
Yeah, that often happens with the jackalope.
Yeah.
All right, so if our listeners would like to contribute to the hypothetical of the hunting mythological creatures, they can email us at therustedrobot@gmail.com. They can tweet us at therustedrobot on Twitter, or just write it on the wall on facebook.com/therustedrobot.
Yep.
So there we go. That's all we have to say about that. All right, so we will talk to you guys next time. Thanks for listening to the show and subscribing and telling all your friends and sharing the link. And if you'd like to contribute to the show, it's patreon.com/Darth Vaderloo. And remember,
Choosy moms, choose Jif.
I bought it because it was on sale. If you'd like to contact the show, email us at therustedrobot.gmail.com. Our website is therustedrobot.podbean.com. On Twitter, we're at therustedrobot. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Darth Vaderloo. We'd be honored if you would review us on iTunes and like us on Facebook. If you'd care to support the show, there's a PayPal link on the website, or go to patreon.com/Darth Vaderloo. Please check out Jump City at 229 Pine Street South in Timmins. And as always, if you like what you heard, let us know. But most importantly, tell your friends about us. The Rusted Robot Podcast. Think about it.
I can do this all day.
It's the Great Space Coaster. Get on board on the Great Space Coaster. We'll explore a comet ride, a fantasy, to a place where dreams fly fast and free.
With new friends and new things to see,
We'll spin you through the galaxy on the Great Space Coaster. Oh, on the Great Space Coaster, off we go.
Get on board, step inside, soaring for a magic ride.
Roaring toward the other side, where only rainbows hide. On the Great Space Coaster. 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 Off we go.
This has been a Valley of Vanderloo podcast production, all rights reserved.
this transmission ends now.